Hey, welcome back. I'm Erika Bell. I'm a professional home organizer. If you are new here and you need a little refresh, or maybe it's been a while since you've seen me, right? I'm sorry, I've been a little MIA. My current, my real job, as we want to call it, has been just extremely busy. So I've taken a little bit of a step back from my channel, but I'm so happy to be back here with you guys and providing some new info, something that will be informative to you guys and hopefully entertaining at the same time. So here are 5 things home organizers do not do. So these may be things that I either don't do in a client's home or I don't do in my own home, okay? Kind of same type of thing, but in case you are wondering where my brain is at with it, that's it. And I've kind of said these things throughout other videos, but I thought it'd be great just to kind of condense them and add a couple more in and just give you the information all in one handy dandy video. So here we go. Number 1 is only follow trends. So a big trend that comes to mind in the home organizing realm right now is like color coding things. You know, that was such a big thing, I think, with some other famous organizers. If you know, you know, right? They like to color code things, and that's fine if you like to do that, but kind of if you're only focusing on kind of doing what's popular, it may not work for you. I know that does not work for me personally. I also think when I think of trends, I think of like fashion trends too, right? So just because something is in style doesn't mean it's going to look good on you or you'll want to wear it, right? So it's the same thing for organizing, right? Just because it's in trend doesn't mean you need to do it. I'm never going to wear a bodycon dress, whether it's fashionable or not. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks on me. I don't like the way it feels on me. It doesn't matter if it's super popular. I'm not going to do it, right? So same with like that color coding situation. It's not going to work for me. It does not matter if it's cool, hip, in. If something doesn't work for you and it doesn't make you feel good and it's not useful, then we need to call it quits, right? The other thing that comes to mind is those cube systems. So a lot of people have been using those over the past, I don't even know, 5 years? I don't know how many years it's been, but they have just skyrocketed. And I think now people are kind of getting over them, but they were everywhere, right? You could get all the different kinds of bins. You could get a 6 cube system, a 9 cube system, anything like that. You could put it horizontally, vertically, anything. And they are great in so many ways. I have one in my playroom and we have loved it, but right now we're growing out of it, right? So my kids either don't have that many categories of things or they have bigger things and it just doesn't work. So to try to invest in something like that again, even though it's still trendy, is not something that I would do, right? Because it does not fit for my family. Number 2 is that we don't just make things look pretty, right? You see something on Pinterest, social media, and you're like, okay, I want to have that. And you may make your house look like that, but if you don't know the cause and effect of kind of what is going on in your home, then that pretty picture, that pretty thing that you just did, it's not going to probably last. Okay, so I'm all for let's make systems that work for your family that also look really nice. Of course, we're trying to do that at the same time, but just aiming for that pretty picture. And I'm going to call my brother out for a second. Love him dearly, but he's so funny because he claims to be organized, or he doesn't like clutter. Totally get it. But instead of kind of maybe putting things away, a lot of times he just throws things away, so he's not really thinking about, let me work on my systems. I just want things to look good and I don't care, but in the long term, it's like, my son had left a toy over there, or his son had borrowed one from mine. And I was like, hey, where's that toy? And his wife looked at me and was kind of like, yeah, it probably got thrown out. I'm like, what? You can't do that. So we don't just want to aim to make things look pretty. Here's another good example. Everyone has that closet or that space, that cabinet where it's kind of the like, oh crap cabinet. people are coming over, your in-laws are coming over, someone's coming over for dinner, and you just shove things in there, right? My laundry room tends to take the weight of that sometimes, where you're like, I don't know where to put things, and I'm just gonna throw things in there. It's not really organized. We're just making things look pretty, but it's not getting to the root of things. It's not gonna help in the long run, right? And it's not gonna last. The third thing is that we don't buy a lot of supplies at first. We don't buy it up front, okay? So many times, and I know I've talked about this before, but so many times my clients will ask me, okay, like if it's a new client, okay, what can I get before you get here? And I'm like, please don't buy anything before I get there. If you have something that you want to use, I will incorporate it, and that's great. But so often, and I have a whole video that I will link about this, basically like stop buying containers. So often we will get the containers and then we try to fit our things into them. But again, we're not thinking about the systems. We're not thinking about how we flow through our house, how we put our things away, how we like to kind of run things in our home. We're just kind of making it work, okay? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. A better system is to get into your space, go through all those steps of decluttering and getting rid of the things you don't need, and doing that purge, and then organizing by categories, and then really seeing what you need. Because at first, you may be organizing a mound of things, say it's clothes, but then you go through it. So say if you bought your items, those supplies, those organizing supplies ahead of time, you would have bought this giant tote or tub or basket or whatever it is. And then you go through your clothes and you're like, oh, actually, I don't wear half these. You end up donating or selling half of them. And then you have this big basket that doesn't really fit. It doesn't fit your need anymore. The other thing that sometimes happens, and that's a good example too of, okay, I'm going to buy this big bin and then I'm not going to go through my things because I have this space to hold these things. And you're missing a critical part of the organizing process, which you have to go through things and figure out what you don't use, what you don't need. Trust me, those things are weighing you down, whether or not you can specifically see what's weighing you down. It is. If you have too much stuff, you know that there are struggles, okay? So anyways, it just leads to that. Number 4, this is so important, is that we don't put off tidying, okay? We do not delay picking up our homes, okay? This is a crucial part of staying organized. You've done the work. You've put in so much time and effort. Your house is great. It's organized. Yes, some of it will continue to run smoothly, but it won't do that without tidying, okay? You still have to do that. Things don't just magically go back to where their new homes are, okay? You've given them their homes, and we then have to put them in there. What happens is if we don't keep up with our tidying, we just kind of fall back into that same place we were, okay? And once you have organized your house, tidying, picking your things up will not take that long. Here's another video I've done on tidying, and it's kind of the 2-time tidy rule. And it goes into more detail. But basically, like, you need to be, the ideal is twice a day, before you go to work and before you go to bed. But again, whatever's manageable for you, okay? Once a day is probably got to do it, okay? And I get it. There will be some days where we don't, and that's okay, but we don't want that to become the norm. We got to stay on top of things. Again, if you don't stay on top of it, things fall by the wayside. They pile up. We're stuck underneath all of this stuff that we just tried to organize, and we have to do it all again. Again, it should not take that long. Of course, if you have kids, they need to be helping with this. If you have roommates, partners, they will be helping with this as well. And I think sometimes people confuse tidying with like deep cleaning or organizing. No, you're just picking up after yourself, right? You got in the door, you kind of threw your things down, you didn't put them where they needed to go right away. So just make sure you do that before the end of the night. Little things like that, or put the dishes in the dishwasher. because also the more things pile up, the harder it is for us mentally to want to do it, and it just takes longer. Like I've said 8 trillion times, clutter is nothing but postponed decisions. So the less you can postpone the decisions, the more you can do things. That's great. But I get it too. When life is crazy, you're running around, all of that things just sometimes fall by the wayside. So that's why you just have a tidying routine. Give yourself a goal, stick to it. And the last thing, number 5, that we do not do with ourselves in our own homes, and especially with our clients, is judge. Okay? We all have moments in our life where we can look back and we're like, yeah, that really crappy thing happened to me, and that was the catalyst that started all this. That is what caused X, Y, and Z, right? That's what caused me to, kind of go into a bit of depression and not work out and not eat right and kind of not take care of myself. Whatever it is, right? We can look back and say that happened and it's unfortunate, but I'm not going to judge myself for where I am now. Okay. So I'm just going to look at it fresh, look at it new. Of course, we want to know why we got to where we are so that we don't repeat those things, but we don't want to dwell on it and judge ourselves for it. Because when you dwell on that, when you don't get out of that place, you will just stay there and you won't ever improve. You're watching this, you want to get organized, you want to declutter your home. I know you do. So don't stay in that place. Yes, again, be aware of what happened and how you can prevent it, but don't judge yourself. So I just encourage you, do not judge yourself for wherever you are, whether it is in your organizing journey or it's something else. Again, I always reference like fitness, or even like, this is a good tip for parenting. We have those moments where we are just surviving, and we're surviving and we're doing our best we can. And we're doing things that maybe we wouldn't normally do when we were like on top of our game, but we're doing it so we can get by, and then we'll recover and do better, right? But we don't want to judge ourselves in the process, because you just beat yourself up, and very few people work harder if they're just feeling beat up and let down. So I hope you enjoyed these. Stay tuned for more videos, hopefully sooner rather than later. As always, if there's something you specifically want to see, let me know in the comments. I'm here for you, right? And subscribe, and please share if you haven't already. Thanks so much.